So
Yes, that's
moving
true.
on to the next question. So I would like to ask you that currently, what is the most sought option of advertising for the advertisers? Like you have multiple channels now. Like previously, like 6 to 7 years back, you had websites. Then came the apps, and after apps, now you have CTV, OTT, DOOH. So such kind of publisher properties
Correct.
also available, and the websites and apps in the last 2 years after the COVID have mushroomed. Like earlier, we were having only 100 apps. Now we have 1,000 apps in the same
That's
category,
true.
and websites also. There are like thousand of websites available in the same category. So now the
That's right.
demand and supply flow has been greatly disrupted because of this issue. And you have other options
Correct.
also available. As an advertiser, you are saying that I have a niche audience available for DOH, which is generally advertising on airports, on some railway stations also, and in some societies also. Then CTV and OTT,
Right.
like everybody is currently like moved on from that DTH to CTV and OTT
Correct.
platforms. That is also creating another kind of niche audience. So, how do you think that how this thing is getting sought by the advertisers, especially the premium, the major advertising chunk?
Right. So when it comes to advertisers, they're always curious to figure out different ways to advertise on. So they don't hold back. Like let's say a new option comes up, they would want to immediately leverage it. That's how, although a lot of apps are coming up, but advertisers are making the most out of it. Earlier, we wouldn't have the CTV option. Like once we got the CTV advertising channel to run the ads on, the advertisers for sure leveraged it. They did not think of it like, we already have display banners and a video which are working fine. They always want to multiply the revenue, so they want to take chances to figure out which inventory is working on. So I think that is something that the advertiser doing currently also. Like the major advertisers, the bigger ones, what I've noticed is they would first give you hand it out a budget plan. Like let's say 1 million per month, $1 million per month is their budget. So what they would do is they would hand that budget over to the inventory planner or the strategy team and ask them what could be possible to make the most out of all the channels. Is it possible to leverage through DOOH, or is it too early, or do you want us to like advertise on CTV as well? Do you want to reduce the spend on display or video? So this is something that the advertisers are already, uh, at least the bigger ones, they are already, handling this challenge. And then when it comes to the planner, the strategy team, they have to make sure like to leverage which ones work better. So if you have the option to run on CTV display all the channels, then you can, leverage the budget and first see how the results are. And then for example, if you're running a campaign for about 3 months, the flight duration is of 3 months. Then in July, what you have to do is spend on all the campaigns, like plan the budget accordingly and spend it all across all the channels. And then in the month of August, analyze which one performed well and which is not in line with the advertiser's goals, or it's not meeting the metrics. Then reduce it and make changes to it accordingly. And then in August, plan it that way. So that, all the channels can be leveraged. And yeah, that's how I would recommend. Yeah,
Saying that in the presence of like multiple advertising options, so advertisers are like micro segmenting their budget
correct.
towards in every platform. That increases
That's
your
right.
work also. In that case, suppose you were having only two publisher options available in terms of website and app,
Right.
then your work was much easier than what you are currently doing. It makes your work more challenging to dedicate the budgets
That's
towards
right.
the most optimum kind of publishing channels available, and as per the advertiser demand also, what kind of advertising segment the advertiser is in. So there's such kind of things also affect the KPIs which you have been given to
Correct.
achieve from the advertiser point of view. So do you have any
Correct.
the